Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Today, I'm continuing 7-star quests. I think I'm not following key quests. I don't want to focus just on those. So I think I'm going to do probably Kutku, and then after that, I'm thinking of doing a few of the minor quests, like a wyvern delivery, and maybe Cephalos. But if the Kutku isn't enough, there is a chance that I have to do the Macau and Arzuros. Kutku feels more likely to be necessary for some reason. But also making an assumption about where this starts. Ruined Pinnacle. I don't think that has temp. I didn't eat because I was going to do other stuff. I was originally planning on starting with other quests. And not beginning straight away with an actual large monster, but I figure it's a better way to get started. I am kind of sick of this start. Like, it's fine. I just like having the map, because visually it looks a lot better. I wonder if there's a way to just bring a map when you leave. That'd be nice. Spend 50 units of money every hunt just so that I can have a map. I'd be willing to do that. It's a little bit slow of a climb. Lucky. But fairly... I don't know if that's a larger Kutku than is average. But... it's a weird monster, in my opinion. Like, it's so basic while also being incredibly memorable. Like, from this game, it's like the most memorable monster to me, with the exception of the Fated 4. Well, from is not really the right word in this game. Oh, it was aiming to the left for some reason, instead of actually aiming at me. Its tail seems to stretch when it does that spin. Like, I thought that was fine with Gypsaros, because it's like a rubbery monster. But this tail does look like it stretches. And that doesn't really make sense. I don't actually know what category Yan Kutku is under. Like, is it a bird wyvern? I should probably check, because I'm curious. Because it's one of the more bird-like It's not feathery, but it feels more like a bird because I guess the face is like a shoebill. I hate not knowing where I'm gonna land. With confidence, at least. Got the reload, that's all that matters. I'm a little iffy on that hitbox. The fireball shooting straight up. When I'm pretty sure I was above its face at that point. But I guess it does shoot it up. I think it looks goofy when a fireball... That... Okay, no, the shadow's coming from the rock, okay. But like... The fireball spawning directly in contact, I think just always looks really bad. Not as bad as being hit when you're beside the monster when they shoot a fireball or something like that, but... Oh, cool. I can actually bounce there. Sweep. Sweep. Put it away. Reload. Okay, so that should be the path ahead of me and not to my right. Because yeah. I definitely mentioned it last time. Not having a map isn't really much of a hindrance. Ooh, this might not be the right way, because it doesn't connect directly. Like, it might not be, it's not really a hindrance, except for in this exact scenario, because I haven't played on this map enough. But it's just annoying. It just isn't interesting. That's garbage. Instantly getting a fireball launched at me the moment I land. Kind of like the aerial zero-sum discharge mechanic. It's a lot more fun than ground-based. Good. I could have waited and it would have probably slept, but it's not really worth the time. Because it could be just a few hits away. Could I kill it with mounting damage? Because I know the attacks while mounted do deal damage, because they do part damage. If I killed it right here, it'd be pretty funny. But I didn't. It's just gonna, instead it's gonna die to a discharge. Elemental discharge. Yeah. It's sort of an interesting fact of the Monster Hunter games where high rank is kind of... Early high rank is fairly easy if you have late low rank gear. So it's just kind of... I mean, Yankutku I don't think even has any new attack in high rank, it seems. And if it does, they weren't noticeable. Whereas Gypsyros has, I think, a different flash animation that it can do. Which can catch you off guard until you get used to it, which I'm still not used to because I only hunted it once. Dragon Toadstool. Max potion ingredient. I learned that last time. I kind of wish the recipes for max potions and stuff were consistent between all the games. Because I think between this world and Sunbreak, and Rise maybe, I never made max potions in base Rise though. But between those three games, they basically, I'm pretty sure they have different recipes each time. Nope, not the required quest. I am gonna leave this guy. I'm gonna let him get a workout, I guess. Oh, egg delivery. If I can find a transporter food, then I'll do the egg delivery. I should go with something that will trigger it more likely. Ideally, yeah, defense M. Not full stamina though. None of those give full stamina. Creamy waffles are just really good. Like their base is 40 health and it boosts to 50 stamina. These are only 25 when boosted. They're really bad. Wow. Oh, the sauces are based on the foods. I never realized that properly. Because creamy waffles, this is always black belt, and I was consistently repeating that. I only just realized that the sauces change. Wow, that's dumb of me for not figuring out. So this is another balancing factor? Because the Berna Carbonara has worse Hunter and Palico effects, but it has better sauces. That's so much more complicated than I thought it was. Escape Artist isn't bad. I'll take Escape Artist if I can find it. If I can't find, I think it's Transporter. What's the one I can't use? Sharpshooter. Okay, yeah, obviously. Okay, I'll take Escape Artist, Super Cat. Oh, it's Super Cat, not Transporter. So, homemade hummus, muslin meat ayo. Seems like the ideal egg transporter option. The forks and knives are so funny. Because they have forks and knives and just eat it like this. Ah, oh, it's funny. I enjoy it. Come on, give me all three. Nice. This should be the ideal wyvern egg transportation. And I'm going to have to avoid a royal loo draw. I'm going to cheat. I don't know where the eggs are, and I don't want to spend the time to find it. But it is cheating, but it's not that important. Area 8. Area 8. Sadly, I don't know where Area 8 is because I started in this random location. Don't have a pickaxe. I assume if this is Area 7, then Area 8 should be nearby. You can eat meals as a prowler. I probably could have eaten the same meal with the prowler and it would have been better. Ooh, this is a cool area. I like this. There's a lot of visual flair. I would hate to actually hunt a monster here, though. Oh, there's the nest. That's a cool zone. Actually, hunting a monster here would be awful. Don't you dare. Oh, okay. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's a 5% for Monster Bone S, apparently. 95% chance for egg, wyvern egg. Good to know. 2 5% in a row. See, this is where not knowing the map does become an issue. Entirely because I haven't played this map enough to know bottom left or bottom right. I can't remember. Once I get closer to the escape point, I will recognize it. I don't know if I can jump off that with Lander. Might be a good time to learn. I just don't know if Lander helps enough with eggs and transporting them. I know that this is near the entrance. I assume it's down this way. This is zone 2, which means it's either this way or that way that will lead to zone 1. And based on that, I assume it's this way. Yeah, this should be zone 1. The big tree roots. What? Oh, I ran out of stamina. Oh god, I hate egg quests. I forgot that I have to pay attention to my stamina. Also, I have less stamina than I'm used to. I hate egg quests. Because they're pure tedium. I wasted time there. I haven't actually done that yet, though I guess I wouldn't have necessarily known that losing all stamina would cause it to drop. Might not have even been the stamina. I might have been not paying enough attention. For another reason, but it was probably the stamina. So let's learn something. I'm pretty sure jumping off of this would be an issue without Lander. Is it still an issue with Lander? It isn't. Good. I'm gonna go back the way I just came though, because I'm not actually sure if the other exit will get me where I want to go. Actually, I know it won't. I need to check charms. Because apparently, like, there's mining points in Area 8 that give shining charms and mystery charms. I just don't know the tiers of charms. I think shining is the tier 2. And, like, there are some shining charms that are better than Time Worn. I need to pay attention. I'm trying to look at charms because I'm bored. I know bored is not really the right way to do it, but I'm trying to make use of the time spent transporting eggs by searching charm information to learn, but instead I waste time. So I should just not run. It'll be faster. Because if I don't run, I won't run out of stamina. Okay. While I'm looking away, I don't run. Charm skill table. Like, there's some things that I guess you can only get poison, paralysis, and sleep. on Shining or Mystery Charms. You can't get it on Time Worn or Enduring. So like there's some things where the Shining Charms are better. There's a bunch of resistances only available on Shining and Mystery. Which is an interesting mechanic, I think. It's kind of interesting that there are reasons to use, well, maybe potential reasons to use these low tier charms. Like anti-theft can only be gotten on Mystery Charms and Shining Charms. And like Mystery Charms, they only have one skill. Shining Charms can have two. You can get anti-theft plus 10 on a Shining Charm as a skill 2. But you can also get minus 10. Okay, here's where I have to pay attention. Oh, maybe this isn't where I want to be. No, this has to be the way out, because it's going down. Which makes sense. Hopefully I can steal a map. What a fun mechanic. Yeah, so I have to go through 1. The jump down to 6, if it's possible, might be faster. But that's only if it's actually possible. I'm actually going to go back via 2. Because 6 to 7 is a climb, and that's really slow. Even if I have to run a little further, it's preferable to climbing. Hey, there's the Ludroth. I actually think a Royal Ludroth might be one of the harder monsters to avoid. Not hardest, just harder. So I will take the risk. See if Lander can let me jump from 7 to 6. It'll take a little bit of time, but not much. And as I prepare, I will be looking at more charms. Because like the most interesting charms to me are the idea of utility ones, but that comes from Sunbreak, where like talismans, you could get your primary stuff pretty easily on gear. So like the idea of having sharpener or handicraft on a charm is more appealing. That might not be how it works in this game. It might be better to focus on trying to get a charm with 10 or 15 expert or weakness tenderizer, which is weakness exploit. Okay, we'll see if it works. Time to learn. Sweet. Okay, good. It makes sense that it works with how it is written, but I didn't trust the game. I didn't trust that they would be consistent. Though it wouldn't be completely inconsistent, but these guys might attack me if I run right in the middle. It's just better to steer clear. Don't waste more time like I did earlier by wasting all of the stamina. So just keep an eye on the stamina. I want to go look at charms. Sharpness can get up to a +7 on a charm. Handicraft can be up to a +5. Okay, quest is done. This one feels like there's a chance that this could be, for whatever cruel reason, it could be a key quest. Which is why I did it. It's more fun to just try. What was appealing to me the most in terms of skills was sheathing, because it feels like it would help a lot with switch axe. Because a lot of the time, if I could sheath quicker, it'd be a lot easier to escape monsters. And a enduring charm looks like it could have +10 as a primary skill. Which, unless charms work in some complicated way, where getting a good roll for the first part means you can't get a good roll for the second skill, unless it works like that, it seems kind of useful. I don't know what blade scale is. Yep, still nothing. I'm gonna alternate. I'm gonna do another large monster. I should be able to kill a Macau real quick. Like, a Macau should die very, very quickly. I don't think I even used any items. I didn't check where it is. I guess it's on the Ruined Pinnacle. Like, that promotes the idea that it could be a necessary quest. There's so many skills in this game dedicated to ranged. I think that is also the case in other installments of the series. I'm just confusing myself with where I want to go. I was going to go up, but I'd rather go up the other path. But also the Great Macau feels like it would be in a open area, not a cave up a mountain. I mean, that promotes the idea that it should be near here. Or could be near here. Hey, there it is. Am I good at guessing, or am I good at guessing? Couple more hits. I really, like, the Great Macau is kind of a nothing monster. But I really like it compared to the other nothing monsters. Like, the tail kicks are cool. There's actually something to it. It really makes it a lot more interesting than all the drones. Somehow that shifted me over there. Makes a lot of sense. Like, I think the only drone that I like is actually Bull Drone. And the only reason I like Bull Drone is because of all the monsters that charge constantly, it's like the only one that actually, like, stops when it reaches where you are instead of running past you, making him a whole lot less tedious. And he's also really squishy, so he dies quickly, but I think that's just a bonus. The real value is I think this is actually the down path. The real value of Bull Drum is the not charging past you, and that makes him significantly less tedious. To me. Ooh, maybe if I'd taken the other path, I could have gone directly there. I'm not actually sure. I don't know the map well enough, which is why the map is useful. But once you know the map, it's useless. So it's just a tedious thing to not have a map. And even then, it's not always tedious. But actually, I think... Okay, that was very quick, but not having a map when you first go to a new area could be fun. Which I think is what Monster Hunter World does. You map out the area as you go. Unlike Rise, where you just have everything instantly. I think the world... I hope Wild works like World, but in less, like, segmented chunks. Like, you unlock parts of the map in an, field of vision around you sort of scenario. Yeah, you can get Expert plus 10 as a skill 2. So you could have, if you got a super lucky roll, you could have 10 Quick Sheath, 10 Expert on a charm, I assume. Assuming the rolls for the top skill 1 and skill 2 are separate. Now that would be super lucky. And or I assume it would be super lucky given that Expert can roll from -7 to +10, so it's a 1 in 17. If you get Expert, it's a 1 in 17 of getting a +10, I assume. And if you get Sheathing on skill 1, it's actually only a 1 in 5. But even just there, it's only a little better than a 1 in 100, and that's if you have both skills on the same charm. $256. Squishy. Please give me an urgent. This load is kind of slow. I was hoping it would mean something, but that's just looking into nothing. So now it's time to do a side quest. Let's have to figure out which. I probably have to do the Arzuros. I might do the burned husks. Burned husks. Actually, let's read the descriptions. This references Volstrax. Yes, this is the only one that references Volstrax. So I'm assuming that there's a good chance that that's where I need to go. Because of the comets in the sky reference. And if it is, I'm happy. I like that. Actually referencing it would be good. But if this is not a key quest, then what's wrong with these people? Though not making these types of quests key quests is probably better. I'm going to take the time to explore a little bit. I'm not going to search where the burned husks are provided, because I want to also mine stuff. There's ores that I should gain. Maybe go 3, 4, 5? I haven't actually explored zone anywhere, but I definitely haven't explored zone 3 that's below? Where's zone 3? It's like way down there. I don't need bones. I assume husks are from plant-based gathering points, just based on husk berries, but that might not be accurate. It could be that red thing over there. Maybe there's just 5 points and I have to gather 5 different things around the area. I think that would make sense. Those are mushrooms and not gatherable. They look kind of burnt, but I think that's just weird shadows. Don't do this. Oh, it's just making a show? That's acceptable. Ground beneath. I'm gonna try swinging, see if it does anything. I assume it won't. I don't want to beat up the guy. He doesn't deserve it. He's just being obnoxious. This could give husks if they're a plant-based harvest. Huskberry, that's why. And if I go... I mean, it could be zone 9. That it could be that specifically they want you to go to... I believe that would be the nest. It might not be a nest, but the area where at the top of the tower, I think. What are tall mushrooms? Are they a count item? I guess I'm gonna stop harvesting mushrooms for now. Stick with mining and plants. Mining because I need ores, and it's possible that these high rank ores are good. And charms. Charms are always nice. Good try. Macholite. Do I need macholite? I think that's not the one I need. I think it's carbolite and dragonite. Carbolite, I think, is one of the ones that I need. I'm gonna rush to 9. 9 feels like it could be a decent chance that that's where the burnt husks are. Could it be a bone gather point? It could be. Yeah, the carbolite's what I'm really here for. Kind of an interesting difference, because with Sunbreak released, in Rise you don't really need to gather all that much. You don't need to spend time gathering, because stuff just is a lot easier to craft. I don't know why I'm gathering the mushrooms. Like, at least in my time playing Rise, I don't know about World in terms of this context, but Rise, there were a few pieces of gear that would use, like, mined stuff to craft, but not nearly as many because you don't have to upgrade a weapon 15 different times. Gypsaros. Yeah, I'm thinking it's not in this type of interaction point. Or at least not in one here. I still think this could be it. It's worth it for big Lagny apples. Rude. Worth it. Oh yeah, the new stun animation that was added in high rank. I forgot about it. I'm... Those mushrooms are suspicious. But they could just have been there the whole time and I just ignored them previously. That looks like something that I might need to interact with. This sparkly thing over there. So this might be what I'm looking for. Oh, that's definitely it, right? I'm still gonna go up to zone 9 because that's not enough. But now I know what to gather. Cool. And very weird. Is it here to lead me to zone 9? Is there gonna be one in 8? Gathering this because I hope it gives me Lagny apples. Don't know what dragonfall berries are. Adamant seeds are nice. Mite seed. I don't really need mite seeds. I have enough of those. Green conchu. Are those normal conchu? Or are they greener? I don't know. I don't remember green in the color palette of conchu. That could just be because of where they were in the dunes. Could just have affected the, like, color. The perception of the color. Up we go. Aha. This has to be a key quest. There's no way it wouldn't be. I just can't imagine this not being a key quest with how you go up here to get one of the burnt husks. It's a source. The burnt husks seem to be relevant to Volstrax, the comet. Kind of hope I'm about to get blasted by Volstrax out of the air. But I don't think that's getting bigger. Well, I'm actually about to die. I don't want to waste time on the revive animation. I'm gonna bait them away while healing a bit. It would be very funny. Oh, okay, that they do 30% of my HP per hit. These Romubra hit way too hard for small monsters. Yes, it's high rank, and yes, I have absolutely worthless armor on this Prowler, but they still hit way too hard for small monsters. Yeah, it would be pretty funny if the comet was getting bigger. That's a lot of damage. Let's hope they get stun locked. It looks like my Palico buddy is successfully stun locking them. That's helpful. It was 5, right? Yes, and I have 5. Yes. It feels like that definitely could have been a fully scripted. There's only 2 of those sources, one at zone 7 and one at zone 9. All to make sure that you visit zone 9 and see the comet in the air if you're paying attention enough, which I was barely. 7562. Yeah, 761. Probably the best path. Still, those mushrooms are weird. They stand out a lot. There's a cat-eared rock formation. Cat face, cat ears, sort of. I only think that because of the stone helmet on my cat. Just feels fun to wiggle the cat. Have them jump back and forth. What a weird gather point to be right at the entrance. I feel like I have to take it. That has to be an important quest. I'll be kind of let down if it isn't. Like, it feels so important. Because it's not just a random monster killing. It actually has some, like, relevance. We have a vault. I can get plus 10 vault, and I can get plus 6 vault on a charm. Vault is a good skill. 10 points, and I do 10% more damage when in the air. Or at least with aerial attacks. An extra burnt husk. That's pretty funny. Thunder res, tremor res, dragon attack pierce S+. Recovery speed is kind of neat. That's kind of... What is honey? Like, is -7 honey incredibly bad? I mean, the Kiriniko doesn't list a negative. It just says Honey Hunter plus 10 allows you to gather 2 honeys or royal honeys at once. So effectively, it's just a +4 bomb boost with 2 slots. That's actually probably usable. If I need 2 slots, it's usable. I could put an attack jewel. Ooh, that's close. I could get 3 more attack? Or is it 2? It might be 2. It was a key quest. I'm happy with that. So, the lab. Please? I should be doing... It doesn't actually matter? But I feel like doing this as a prowler is kind of wrong. I hope this is the key quest for the urgent to get the next level. Item box capacity. That's nice. Eventually. I need to make sure I read this properly. Piece of Volstrax shell. Lab upgrades. Item box expansion. That's cool. So is this affect the items that start in your item box at the start of a hunt? I hope that's what it is. Because that's interesting. I'm just going to buy them all because I might as well. I have 150,000 points. Oh, but it uses up burnt husks. Cool. Basic supplies, map from start of quest. So if I just do this, I always have a map. I just want to learn how this works. I won't do that if I have to do that manually every time, but... A lot of materials. Just a Royal Ludroth. Could a Royal Ludroth be a urgent quest? That feels a little bit lacking. Nope, it's a normal quest, which means that's not the urgent. Well, I mean, it is urgent, but it's not going to unlock the next level. Which is a shame. Which means that I'm going to have even more quests that I'm going to have to do, probably. Oh, M Peaks is Misty Peaks, not Mountain Peaks. Took a while to figure that out because I never actually read the name. In my head, it was always Mountain Peaks. I didn't read. Okay. No free map unless it takes... Okay, that's kind of... I like that. That's convenient. If I can have that automated, just subtract 100 points every hunt, I'm fine with that. I don't need the other supplies, but having a map just because visually, I don't like the character moving around, revealing more stuff. Like, all that is just very... It's not a stationary map. I really prefer... If I'd gone earlier, I might have been able to jump. It would have been fine. Like, I prefer just the map being a stationary thing that doesn't change as I move. It's less about... I think I figured that out properly now, that that's the bit that bugs me the most. That the map, as a side effect, is constantly changing. I should eat. Since it doesn't change now, it just looks better. I really don't like Ludroth. It's just too much big. It's weird to phrase it. It still hasn't mounted yet. It should be about to mount. I miss everything. Yep. That should have been a mount, I thought. I'm fine with it not being one, but... There's the mount. Took very long. Yeah, those supplies are cool. It does... I think it does justify the obnoxious no map system by providing a way to remedy it. But if I have to manually click it every time, it's more effort than it's worth. Because the only issue with the map... Well, the only long-term issue with the map not existing is the visual element. Is just annoying to me. Oh, and it drops on me. Even though it's a slower drop. Interesting. Yeah, whatever. And it's a real quick pickup. Okay, cool. That's an interesting mechanic. That hit looked weird, but it's probably totally fine. Yeah, okay. The fact that the 3-minute delayed provisions land at my location, like in the area that I am, and it marks it on the map, helps a lot. So I'm glad I actually tried to see how that mechanic worked instead of assuming it was worthless because of the 3-minute delay being tedious. Because if the 3-minute delay supply pod dropped at the same place as the first one, that would be bad. That would just be really annoying. This is why I hate Ludroth, though. Like, why would you attack over there when nobody's there? Royal Ludroth, normal Ludroths don't do that. That attack is a little weirder for some reason than I thought. That probably shouldn't have hit me. Maybe. If I get stunned by that, I'm going to complain. Yeah, the constant movement is why I hate Royal Ludroth. And the rolls. The rolls are also really annoying, but that's kind of a side effect of the movement. Like, it just moves really far for how small that the direction of that hit was wrong. I should have fallen in the other direction. I think it would help if I had sheathing, actually. Nothing I can do there because I picked a bad time. Like, if I had 10 levels of 10 points in sheathing, so that I had quick sheath apply, I would probably be able to... It would be less annoying. It would still be annoying because I hate the roll, but... Like, why did it move there? It wasn't targeting anything. It just went to the side for no reason. That's the epitome of why I hate Royal Ludroth. Just random movement to move further away that doesn't actively benefit it. It puts it in a position to charge at me, but it could just attack me in melee to begin with. It just... Oh yeah, and it also just isn't well designed for leaving zones. It's like one of the slower monsters because it rocket slides, so it has to wait till it's done sliding before it can go into the zone. Sometimes it overshoots the zone entrance and has to walk back. It's just a goofy monster. He got hit from behind and dropped a golden egg. That's very funny. Obvious greed. That actually looked bad. Because it's rolling sideways, but it went forwards first. Which, like, for a sideways roll, it just doesn't look right if they move forwards on what's a sideways roll. And then when they just do attacks like this constantly, you can't do anything because they're constantly moving. It's sort of a... I think it's that the issue might boil down to it's a really weak monster, but you can't just beat into it because it has all these attacks that you just can't attack during with a melee weapon. Because it either knocks you over because it's just charging and it hits everything in a large AoE and you can't swing. I'm pressing the button, but it clearly wasn't. Like, I don't know. I think if it behaved more like Bulldrome, where Bulldrome will properly stop its charges instead of, like, this one has the justification of the charges are kind of slippery, so it slides past. That doesn't make, just because it's justified doesn't make it more fun, in my opinion. Because I think it being hard to hit, if it was actually a difficult monster, or like a big, like a Elder Dragon, wouldn't be as annoying, because then I have the rations that I wasted. Oh well. Because then it would at least be like justified that it's a hard fight. Royal Ludroth is just a, like, I don't know, 4th string. It just runs past me because it doesn't know how to target properly. I don't know, 3rd string, 4th string, I don't know sports analogies. That was a bad hit. Like, it's like a 3rd stringer at best in terms of like, it's a weakling. I could use tier lists and say like D tier, but the issue with tiers is it more clearly has like a relative scale. Whereas in my mind, like a 3rd string quarterback is worse than the better ones, presumably. But it's not as like direct. It could be that they're niche. Like maybe a 3rd string quarterback is really does a great job on a specific play or against specific teams for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't actually care about sports. It just felt 3rd string felt more appropriate than D tier or C tier. Like it's not a strong monster, so it being annoying to fight doesn't feel justified. Whereas like a strong monster with strong gear from it, if it's a little bit annoying, it has some leeway. Because it's special. It might give good gear, whatever. Ludroth, I'm not using Ludroth gear. It provides me nothing of value. Probably. Maybe there's gear that upgrades with Ludroth material that I might want, but at this stage I don't need it. Immature sponge. Where's the sponge on these guys? I see no sponge. Also, what is the sponge? Is it like fatty tissue? Is it hair, but like weirdly fine, expansive hair? I think any explanation other than it's magic. +1 Maestro for -9 wide range. Just seems so bad. It doesn't matter, probably, but it just looks terrible. Oh, it's funny. Oh shoot, am I gonna have to do 4 quests? Or 2 more quests, because I've already done one for Berna. Like, is there gonna be a quest for Kokoto and the other one? Held together by that was already there. That other map back there was not new. Whereas this might have been expanded a bit for all I know. So, yeah, if I have to do that every time, it's not worth the effort to come down here. Like, it might be worth it on difficult hunts. That's very possible. It's just gonna be more quests, isn't it? 2 new harvest tours. 3 new harvest tours. Comet rocks. Are comet rocks they have to be an account item, otherwise they wouldn't make a quest of it. Daimyo. Baroth. Combined. There's not that many new quests, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised that they would dump a bunch on me now. This could be key. This is unlikely to be key. That's unlikely to be key. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I actually have no idea which ones of those could be key quests. I mean, Comet Rocks has a chance because Comet might be related. But other than that, I don't have any good guesses. I wait till it's fully done before I pick it up. So let's just see. No, I won't see. I'll wait. Is it this mechanic where there's multiple people in the same location, so you have to load the area multiple times? No, it's just this guy has multiple things to say, but he won't talk. He's an artisan? Or was that a different person? Okay. Well, that's another important quest. I guess it might qualify as an urgent, but I don't think it does. It's just a red quest. So I guess next time I will... I'm thinking dune or desert quests? Because if my assumption is correct, and I've done something for Berna, I believe. I've done something for Yukumo. Maybe next I need something for Kokoto and something for Poke. Maybe that's what I'm going to need to do before the urgent quest for the next tier. I don't know. But I guess that's a problem for the future. So next time I will do more quests. And hopefully do better. I'm going to have to clear all these just to check them off. Enter, leave is going to take like 10 minutes to clear them all. Just to clear them all. Because of load times and stuff. Yeah, this one seems promising. I don't know about this one. Cephalos, maybe. Fashion Victim doesn't seem like a key quest because it's fashion, but maybe. Baroth. These might be relevant. Verdant Hills. If Verdant Hills is a Kokoto area, then maybe I need this one. I think that's what I'll start with next time. In the hopes that it will be a key quest. It's fun to guess, I think. Since I'm doing them all anyway, it's not a big issue. These feel unlikely, except Dune. Honors and Horror. Dune the Honors? I don't get the name. It might make sense, there might be some joke behind it, but I don't get it. I think these two have decent chances of being key quests. As does Brand New Ore. But that's where I'll stop for today, and I'll figure that out next time. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.